So many of us feel as if life just happens and that we have limited control to create the life that we want. In this episode, we'll explore how you can learn to use your voice to speak your truth to yourself and to others, to be heard, respected, and to call forth a new reality. All it takes is the right mindset, a couple of tools, and some practice. I'll show you how you can begin to take bold steps toward the next level in your life, at home, and at work.
Hi, I'm Jenny Clark, a conscious leadership expert who spent 2 decades in executive recruiting and talent management. Having worked with giants like Google, Spencer Stuart, I discovered that the secret to transformative leadership lies in the 5 dimensions of conscious leadership. And I'm here to help you unlock your full potential. Join me on this channel as we embark on an honest and vulnerable journey together to become the kind of leader that genuinely inspires organizational transformation.
I have a few ways you can get involved in this conscious community. First, I've created a free career map to help you uncover your next career move. Second, I've created exclusive content for you with a community of like-minded leaders. And lastly, I send out a free newsletter every week. To learn more, check out the description of this video. So I've talked about the 5 dimensions of leadership that I've created. Know yourself, speak your truth, inspire love, expand consciousness, and activate mastery. I have a podcast called Fifth Dimensional Leadership, where I interviewed leaders relating to one or more of those dimensions. And earlier this year, I launched an online course by the same name that I'll be offering again in September. The second dimension, speak your truth, refers to articulating who you are, what you stand for, and how you expect to be treated. As I've written about and described in other videos, your career narrative is a powerful tool to facilitate speaking that truth in a work environment. More than that, speaking, affirming, claiming out loud strengthens your resolve and builds your confidence and creates new life possibilities. Let's understand how this works. When I did the first video about impostor syndrome in June, another one on the subject is coming, and shared snippets on social media, the most common comments were from people asking how to prevent freezing up in meetings and being unable to speak. Whether shy, introverted, or overcome with anxiety, or all 3, it's okay. Speaking is not easy for everyone. In meetings, we all want to have totally composed thoughts based on what was just said, and then someone else makes the point. Or the meeting ends, or you just choke. Trust me, I've been there. I've spoken before about my early days at Spencer Stuart and feeling somewhat intimidated by my colleagues and clients. I knew I was smart, but this was a whole new world, and there were very few people who looked like me in this organization. I would sit silently in staff meetings thinking about things to say, but not confident enough to make what I thought was a salient point. Until I was ready to speak out, I listened very carefully, and it proved useful. I observed where people chose to sit around the table, who spoke the most often, and the substance of their comments, who parroted others' comments, whose comments were ignored, and which ones were debated. After a few months, I had a better understanding of the staff meeting dynamics and knew I needed to speak up to be noticed and taken seriously. I was learning the business and building relationships such that I felt confident that I had support in being successful. The day before one staff meeting, I carefully reviewed the agenda that was sent out in advance. I saw a couple of areas I could weigh in on and wrote down a few points I could make, depending on where the conversation went. The next day, I took those notes into the meeting. I tried to sit next to someone I knew for moral support, though I don't think they knew that that's what they were doing. And then it happened. I saw the opening and I went for it. One of the senior partners responded to my observation about hiring trends in the financial services sector by saying, "I wasn't aware of that, nor had I thought about the implications of that. Thanks for pointing it out, Jenny." I did it. My voice didn't quiver. My tongue didn't explode. No one called me stupid. This speaking thing wasn't so bad after all. So let's recount what I did. I spoke my truth. You don't have to be making a proclamation, just speaking about that which you know to be true or believe. This is a great way to practice with content that you can't get wrong because it's about you. Your goal is to become comfortable hearing yourself speak, as well as deciding which content is the most relevant to the audience. I've described the career narrative on my podcast and here in other videos. It's more than a resume, but a story of who you are. In my case, I'd been in financial services for 10 years, and I knew a few things about it. And I thought my colleagues were overlooking certain of those aspects. I recorded my ideas. I made notes before going into the meeting, but I could have created a short video clip on my phone if I wanted to. The point is, you capture what you want to say and practice speaking it aloud. Go back periodically and consistently to read some of what you've written and read it aloud. Listen to your voice. How do you sound? Have a friend listen as well. And have that buddy or ally, as I did. But in the moment, that person didn't know the role that they were serving, but have them as moral support. You can also find someone to have an agreement with where you support each other, especially in meetings, and even if one of you isn't in the room. You're looking out for one another to speak up on the other's behalf. Good strategy. Now I want to take that workplace situation and some of the tools and apply them to other aspects of your life. Remember, I said, speak, affirm, claim, speak. Get things off your chest. Clear the air. Don't stuff it down. You can speak with love and care, even if your message might not be what someone else wants to hear. Offer the truth, your truth. Few things in the world are absolute, so it's not about right and wrong, but what is best for all. You get to that solution when you speak from your heart and consider others' perspectives offered from their hearts. Affirm. I believe in the power of affirmations. I believe the universe gives you what you think and speak about. Ever notice how negative people tend to have negative speech? Conversely, positive people speak positively about what they want, as though it has already happened. The best affirmation is, I am. I am strong. I am love. I am smart and resilient. Remember the movie The Help with Viola Davis? You was smart, you was kind, you was important. Okay, it was in the second person instead of I, but you get my point. Speaking in affirmations aloud to yourself regularly. Watch that negative self-talk disappear. Claim. Even with affirmations, you might not see the physical manifestation immediately, so go deeper by claiming what you want. See what you want. With every fiber of your being, you know to expect it. You claim it as yours. Start with small things like a parking space when you're driving, and then that job or that partner. Watch what happens. Check out the book by Neville Goddard called The Power of Awareness. It's a classic. So here's what I want you to be thinking about. Speak your truth confidently to yourself and to others from a place of love. Get comfortable hearing your voice and having others hear it. You have something to say. Learn to create the outcomes you seek by using the power of your voice to speak them into being. As you speak, affirm and claim. You stop hoping and instead, you know. Use your voice as a force for good and use it generously. I know firsthand how taking that first step can be the catalyst for a life-changing transformation. I remember the moment I decided to harness my own strengths, and it made all the difference in my career. That's why I've created a career mapping tool just for you to help you uncover your unique competencies and leverage them to design your own career map. Take the first step towards your next level by clicking the link in the video description. And let's start this incredible journey together.